Hello again. So this is part 4 of working with the vendors banners module, trying to update it. By the way, I'm gonna be doing these live streams quite often, like pretty much every time I'm working on something that doesn't need to be private. And well, if you wanna follow along and know when one is happening, feel free to subscribe to the channel and you'll get a little notification when I'm live. So, and don't forget there's also a chat if you have questions, comments, special requests. Feel free to write it in the chat. So, on part 3, we were having a hard time to fire up the build cake script from um, basically running a build in Visual Studio. And offline, I managed to resolve that. So we have a small MS build script, which basically has a target for packaging the module. And what this does is if we are in release mode, it just fires up PowerShell and it fires up the build.ps1 PowerShell script that will obtain, if needed, the cake dependencies and run the cake script. So that's pretty much it. The problem I was having was passing parameters, so I kind of changed my plan and let Visual Studio do the actual C# build and generate the DLLs and stuff, and the cake script now only does the packaging. So if I go to the cake script now, I took out the steps to build the project. So it just cleans the folder, gets the version info, and packages the files. That's it, that's all. Back to the MS build script, it does that in release mode. Now in debug mode, it will just grab the resx, ASCX, ASPX, and CSS. There's no JavaScript or anything else here. And those are basically the files we need to deploy to the real desktop modules folder. Just to put this in context, the source code is by the nature of the organization of the repository. If you clone it to your desktop modules, you're going to have a dnn.vendors source and then dnn modules vendors, which is not the way I usually do my stuff, but that's how it was. So it needs to take the changed files only and bring them to the desktop modules vendors, which is where the real module lives. But we don't need here any, and I just noticed the resx files get pushed here. So this is not supposed, it should be in the app local resources folder. So I have this to fix. Yep, okay, I'm gonna put another issue. I'm gonna first make sure that's really what's happening, but I take this and this and this and this. They're all resx files. If I delete that, and I'm gonna move this out of the way, I'm gonna go in debug mode and build this. And sure enough, it's copying them on the wrong place, so it doesn't respect the folder structure from the source files. Okay, so that would be something we need to solve now that it's confirmed. So by running a build, you know, they came back here where they should go here. So let's open another issue for that, just for documentation. get deployed at the wrong place. Get deployed in the root and vendors desktop modules vendors folder instead of desktop modules vendors app local resources. I'm gonna sign myself because I'm gonna correct that, and that would be DevOps, and I'm gonna do it for this release. Submit new issue. Okay, so that's one thing. The other thing I noticed, we kind of agreed to publish the symbols packages, so the PDB file, which really helps with debugging on bug reports with the normal installer. Now that we don't have a source and release version of the installer, of the package, the module package. So in my build.cake, I should be grabbing where is it? I should be grabbing this for the symbols and zipping it into a symbol zip, so the PDB file from the bin folder, and that gets there. It's in the install package, and then the manifest here, where we have the resource file component here. Well, we have the resources zip that go in the desktop modules vendor, and we have the symbol zip that gets into the bin folder. Now, that part here does not work, and if I pass the install file through the extension verification service, which is evs.netnuke.com, I also get this warning that the symbols.zip file is in the extension, but it's not included in the manifest, but it is. So I think that the issue here is that the resource file node here only supports one resource files, which is kind of odd, but we'll see. So maybe I'm gonna duplicate the resource file node instead of duplicating the resource files node. We'll see if that solves it. But I know that that's pretty much the way that the DNN symbols get installed, so it should be working. I just guessed that this could not appear twice and it only grabs the first one. So that's a guess. Anyway, so this makes it so the module actually builds, and I also set up on the repository Azure pipelines. So we now have a build status badge, and if you click on that, you can get the kind of the, let's call it nightly build. So if you just come in the if you just come in where is it? Log summary test release. Where's the drop? In the summary? Okay, strange. And now it appears. Anyway, if it doesn't appear right away, just click around and it appears. So we have a drop here, and inside of the drop, we're gonna have our module installer. So you can download that and test the nightly build. Obviously not on production and but yeah. So we have automated builds, and I'm gonna verify on the next pull request, but we should also have pull request validation. So let's attack our next issue, which would be the problem with the symbols file. Yeah, let's do that one. So that's issue 18. So back to Visual Studio. I'm currently on my branch for issue 16, which is merged, everything is done. So I need to come back to the master branch because it's the default one on this repository. And I'm gonna need to go here to Team Explorer, and on the home here I need to go to settings, repository settings, because I don't have an upstream. So I need to set up here in my remotes, I need to add upstream, and this is going to be basically this URL .git, and it's the same one for fetch and push. I can push directly, but it's because I have write access, but it's not the recommended way. So this is going to be my upstream. Cool. Now if I come back into home and branches, no, home sync. So I can now fetch from upstream, and I'm gonna be now aware of what changed on upstream, and I should be able to, yeah, I should have something here. So let's close Visual Studio and reopen it. Now if I go back here, sync, fetch from upstream, So that is not supposed to happen. I should see what changed since. Did I really merge my pull request? Yeah, I did. Commit. Yeah, I did merge that. Let's try sync. And then a fetch. Fetch from upstream. Okay, so when this doesn't work, I usually fire up git bash. And let's go to cd websites, vendors, desktop modules, Dnn Vendors. Okay, let's do a git status to begin with. Okay, so I have a lot of changed files. I don't know why, but let's do a git clean dfx, I think. That's gonna delete all the files that are not. And I probably need to close Visual Studio again because there's a locked file. Now git status. Okay, let's try git reset hard and git status. Okay, that looks clean. Now if I do git remote list, no, git remote, I have origin and upstream. So let's do git fetch upstream. Wow, that's odd. I'm 15 commits behind. Well, let's try git pull upstream master. And let's do a git push to update my origin. Your branch is even. Okay, so I don't know, but git fetch should have given me a status with the changes. Anyway, problem solved for now. Cool, so I have my version here, we're fine. Perfect. Okay, so I said I wanted to work on the issue back here. So the symbols file, which is issue 18. I'm going to create a new branch called issue 18. You can call this whatever you want, by the way. So my initial thought is that it doesn't support the duplicate files node in the file installer module. Module control, where is it? Here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut this away, and I'm gonna try this. Component type equals resource file. And I'm gonna paste this here. Now I'm gonna go in release mode and build that. So I should see in my status here that it fires up the cake build. And it did. This comes from the cake script, and we should have the installer in group vendors, here, desktop modules, Dnn Vendors, source, and install, and I should have 810 package here. Perfect. So I'm gonna try two things. I'm gonna pass it through the extension verification service because that takes some time. Upload, and on my actual local website, I'm gonna go in the bin folder, sort them by date, and I'm gonna delete the PDB file. And if everything goes fine, I should be able to go to host, extensions, may need to relog in. Just gonna drop the install file here. Next, repair. Yeah, I don't know if a repair is gonna fire up that. We'll see. Also, for the release notes, I want to invert so we have the most recent version on top. And sure enough, we have it. Now, why do we have a symbol zip manifest? I have no clue. Maybe it's for the uninstaller, maybe. Yeah, maybe the uninstaller needs this to remove the file when you uninstall. That would kind of make sense. Perfect, so we have our PDB. So that solves the issue. And if I go to the extension verification service, we have no more warnings, no more errors. We are totally clean. This is more of a system error from the EVS, not the module. Awesome. We are good with this. I'm gonna leave this open in case we have other stuff to do. Actually, I don't need it anymore. Okay, perfect. So that was a quick fix. I'm gonna go the release notes. I'm gonna edit them. When you do pull requests, you always try to do the minimum necessary to resolve. So yeah, I'm gonna commit only that. Fixed issue with symbols installation. That's committed. I'm pushing to my own repository, so to the origin. Boom. So now if I go here, I should get a warning that I just pushed this. Compare and pull request from my branch to this one, and the only change is basically this. Yeah, it got moved into its own thing. So we learned something more. Fixed issue with symbol. There's nothing much to explain here except it closes 18. And it's me. It's, let's call it a bug. Here, create pull request. So now we do not have the pull request validation from Azure Pipelines. Yeah, we do. So the little yellow dot here is basically saying that it's doing a build, and if you click on it, why there's two, I have no clue. Would be fun to have the rest of this text. So we have Dnn Vendors and we have Dnn Vendors build. Well, I don't know why we have to. And I don't know why we don't get sent directly to... Did they change something with this? Strange, I have only one. It's pull request 20. So anyway, that should be building right now. And if I go back to the pull request here, right now it could be merged even though it's not building. So I'm gonna add a rule in the settings. It's in branches. And add rule. I'm gonna require status checks. I don't know why there's two. That's funny. Okay, I'm not gonna change that because I don't know why there's two and I'm kind of scared. So I will check with Andrew on that. I'm not sure why we have to. At any rate, this should be built already. Almost. So all checks have passed. It's even checked twice, so I don't know why we get two. But anyway, it's double checked. So let's merge that in. And that should automatically close the issue. Perfect. So next one is issue 19. When we build in release mode, the resx files don't get to the right place. So now I should go back to master, and I have the file before my change, and now I should be able to fetch from upstream. Why is the fetch from upstream not working? It's already up to date, but it's not. Hmm. let's take out the .git maybe. I don't know what's wrong, but something is wrong. Let's go back to sync and fetch from upstream. Yeah, something is wrong. Yeah, I don't know if there's something special about the master. I don't want to do a merge, because a merge is going to create a commit and then never-ending stuff there. It's really a fetch that I want to do. I don't know why it's not working. So back to git bash. Websites, vendors, desktop modules, Dnn Vendors, git status, and it's showing me that the file is modified. And in Visual Studio it doesn't look modified. There's something strange going on. Yeah, there is something really odd. Strange. So I'm gonna keep git bash around. So I need to push this, which is what I just merged, to my own repository to be even. I've seen strange stuff like this where you actually need to reboot the computer to solve them. New branch for issue 19. Perfect. So now, what was it? Okay, they get copied in the wrong place. So I think that's going to be in the build script here. So two things. Either there's an option on the copy here to recursive, and there isn't. Okay, what do we have? Architecture, condition, continue on error, destination, files, override read-only, retry delay, runtime, use hard links, use symbolic links. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is deployment files, I'm gonna take out this. So these are the things that go on the root. And let's do another item group here. And I'm gonna call it deployment resource files. I'm gonna include actually I'm gonna paste what I have. Deployment resource files, and I'm gonna copy this over here, and I'm gonna change this to app local resources, and I'm gonna change this for, oh, actually I have a casing issue here, and deployment resource files. I think it's not case sensitive, but so this should happen in debug mode, and let me put this like half screen, and let's put this on the other half, and let's go to desktop modules, vendors. Let's empty this, and let's empty those and those. Okay, so now I should be able to build in debug mode. They should not appear here, and they should appear in app local resources. Awesome. And if I run it a second time, they should be the same, and I should have nothing. Here, rebuild. So it's not copying anything except what goes in the bin folder. Perfect. Let's double check here. Problem solved. And there was nothing else that it's in subfolders. Provided. That's it. So that solves the issue. So here, fixed issue with resx files deployment, commit, push. Awesome. So now if I go back here, I should have this. Let's look at what changed. So I moved this and that over here, so I have two of them. Perfect, makes total sense. Fixed issue closes 19. There is not much more details to put about this. So that was a it's not really a bug because it wouldn't affect users. Let's call it DevOps. And that milestone, create pull request. That should now go and build and stuff. So, and I'm gonna merge it as is. I'm not gonna wait for the build. Don't do what I do, just do what I say. Okay, so now we fixed the build issues, and we are now ready to start merging those pull requests. So we have Roman here. That fixes number 6. So number 6 issue, after clicking on banner, get this error, the resource cannot be found. And yeah, yeah, I also want to, before getting into that, I want to reset the site here and fix those. Because my guess now is that the the file links are all wrong because we messed up with this site here. So I'm gonna go to SQL Server here. Let's try a clean install. So the vendors database, I'm gonna delete it, and I'm gonna close existing connections, or it's gonna refuse to delete it. And I'm gonna recreate a new empty vendors database, and I'm gonna go yeah, I'm gonna have to close Visual Studio here. So I'm gonna go here and delete everything. May need to stop the site. So there's still something locked here. Okay, perfect. And now I'm gonna grab from my downloads, I'm gonna grab um, here, Dnn 8, and I'm gonna drop those files here. And while that runs, I want to correct something also in the README here. The steps here would be clone the repository to desktop modules, build the module in release mode, install the module, using the generated install zip in the install folder. I can take out this step and take out the blank line. Perfect. So let's go back to vendors local test ME. We got a 404 because the site is stopped. So this here database name was vendors. Let's put an object qualifier still for now, and that's done. I'm gonna start Visual Studio again. Now obviously my project is gone because I deleted the whole website. So if I try to open that, it's not gonna work. So I have to go back to Theme Explorer and clone vendors. I'm gonna put that into this PC, the websites. What? Oh, it's not events. Vendors. This PC, the websites, vendors, desktop modules, and clone. Open the solution. There we go. And I'm gonna go back to settings because now I don't have my upstream anymore. I'm gonna add upstream, and that should be https github.com/dnn community/dnn.vendors and save. Could it be this? I don't know. Let's try our sync again and fetch from upstream. Still nothing. Anyway, we'll use bash, I guess. I don't know. So let's do like we said and build this in release mode in order to obtain our installer. And now host extensions. Install this next. We have 80, and this I want to swap it as soon as we have something to write in the release notes file, because I don't want to do that commit separately. Okay, so we still have an issue here with the icon. Let's inspect this and see why. So it's going into desktop modules, vendors, banners.png. So that would be an issue. Banners.png. Yeah, we do have a banners.png here. So in my cake script, I'm missing that. Okay, one more issue. Boom, so that would be a bug. And let's fix it on this release. And I'm gonna assign myself. That's gonna be issue 22. So I think that what I'm missing here is in my cake script where I grab the various file types, I don't grab the PNG because I didn't notice there was a PNG. So let's go ahead and do this PNG. Is there anything else I didn't notice here? We have CSS, the license, we have it elsewhere. I think that's the only one I missed. So save, let's do another. So if I go right now on my zip file in resources zip, I don't have banners.png. And now if I do a new release build, I open the same zip file in the resources. I do have the banners.png. Okay, so I should be able to come here and install and repair it. While that refreshes, I'm going to commit this. And that fixes our banners. icon. Perfect. Now let's go to admin vendors. Let's add a new vendor. Let's not make this require. We tested this before, so we don't need all of that. Let's try to go simple. Perfect. Now this vendor, add a banner. Yeah, so normal banner. And yeah, I kind of have to find back my little banners. Where did I put that? There we go. Well, let's put here banner 1. Yeah, that's kind of... Yeah, I think there is something wrong here. Upload file, banner 1, replace, close. Yeah. There is something wrong, but by updating it should close the pop-up. It's not a huge issue, it's still an issue, but let's go one thing at a time. So on my home page, I'm gonna add a module, banners. I'm gonna put it here. Banner options. So all types. That's pretty much it, really. There we go. Banner 1, non-responsive. Awesome. Now if I click this, I go to desktop modules, admin banners on the lower left there, and that file does not exist. So that is the issue we had for this pull request. Finally, we're gonna get to that. Now that we have a good test bed. So this is pushed. Let's go here and compare and pull request. So that change is only this, added PNG to package files. That's fine. It was a bug because that affects the user. Create pull request. And merge it. There we go. Now, let's see if we're more lucky now with fetch from upstream. Nope. So, not a big issue that this doesn't work. Probably after a reboot it would start working. Anyway, let's, oh, because I'm not on master, hold on a second. Let me go back to master and then fetch from upstream. and nothing. And I cannot pull from upstream. Yeah, that's very odd. But anyway, it's not a big deal because what we're gonna be doing now, it's not really relating to the. It's not gonna be a conflict with this, so it's not a big problem. So let's do a new branch for. No, actually now I don't need to do a new branch. What I want to do is validate these pull requests. So fix error on redirect. So now we have a merge conflict. So we need to fix this pull request in order to be able to merge it. And that has to do with the build scripts, and I don't think that pull request should have anything to do with build scripts. So yeah, the ASPX file was missed on the original. Yeah, so that's why the build scripts needed to be fixed. If I was to do this, I would just do this on my own and submit a new pull request and, close that one with the other one replacing it. However, it's in the banner controller. However, what I want to do, just for my own learning, I should be able to fix stuff in here. So what I want to do, oh, um, what do we have as source commits? We have 2 commits, so we could revert only this one maybe. Because this one is what we need, this one is what we don't need. I could just delete the file though. I'm gonna try it. Oh no. Oh no. No, no, no. Cancel. Cancel that. I don't want to delete module build. No, no, no. Because, yeah, let me go back. We still have module build. This one we don't have it anymore, but this one we have. Okay, so plan B, I need to, what does, that copies the file path, I guess. Okay, so what I need to do is to go back to the actual pull request here and kind of follow the command line here, but not exactly. So I need to check out this and I need to pull this, but then I don't do this. I need to push back here. I did this the other day. Let's hope it works. So I'm gonna copy that part into git bash. I'm still in the folder. Yeah, git status. Yeah, there we go. Build cake is modified. Something is odd. So let's do git reset hard. Git status. Okay, git fetch upstream. Nothing. And git pull upstream master. and it does pull. Let's do a git push. And that brings my repository even. Okay, that was just like basic cleanup. Now what I'm gonna do is this. So that basically checks out Roman branch. I cannot copy paste. Okay, git checkout branch Roman in bug slash vendors dash 6 master, and we're now on that new branch, and on that new branch we want to pull Roman Godin Dnn vendors git bug slash vendors dash 6. Okay, now we should be in conflict mode here. I just cancel 2 conflicts. Perfect. And now we can fix those. So in order to fix them, we need to... This one is the module build. Module.build in the build scripts. Let me just check. If I go on master and build scripts, module.targets. Okay, so I can actually delete module.build. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete it. And module package targets, same thing, deleted. Commit merge. Okay, that's okay. Now if I do sync here, I'm gonna be pushing it to my repository. That's not what I want to do. And if I go in settings and I look at the repository settings, I don't have his branch here. Okay, so I need to manually here with the command line do similar to this, but instead of pull, it's going to be push. I think that's it. Well, maybe not. I did this the other day. Just need to remember how. So the command line instructions here. So I need to git push. It's not going to be origin master. It's going to be this. And I guess I need this branch. So instead of, it's going to be bug slash vendors dash 6. I think that's the command. Maybe this is the command. Hmm. Or maybe I need the branch name. I cannot copy paste. Let's try Roman Yagodin bug / vendor 6. I think I got it. No. Hmm. Let's learn again. I did it the other day, but get checkout B. Your username master. Get pull. This pair needs a line. Get commit. Get checkout. Get checkout master. Get merge. Your username master. Get butcher. And that's not really what I want to do. No. Push into someone else's pull request. Okay, that's what I want to do. What's hub? What? Stack Overflow should be good. Git push, github.com, the username, /project, .git, and user C local branch. So that should be my local branch. That should be it. So my guess is yeah, there's an option in GitHub where you can allow contributors to edit your own pull request here, so maybe that was not ticked. Okay, so plan B would be to delete the from here, basically. So module build here, delete file. And module package targets, delete file. So now if I go to file changed, well, if I go to conversation, we should have no conflicts now. Now the scope of this change is deleting those two files which are already not there, right? Because it's called module.targets. So we should be good to go. And this fired up a new build. And now the cool part about this, and it's actually worth waiting a little bit on it, because we're gonna have our drop and we'll be able to test it right away. And yeah, I was in hopes that the first way of doing it would have worked, because I would have updated the release notes at the same time. So what I'm gonna do while that builds, I'm gonna come back here to, yeah, I don't need to push that. Just gonna go back to master, basically, and create a new branch from this. And I'm kind of scared now with this strange git. Let's do a status. Yeah, git reset hard, or we're gonna have this twice. And git status. And it's something out with Visual Studio. Now we're clean. Okay, so let's create a new branch. I'm gonna call it release notes PR. Whoops. PR9. So let's switch this back to debug mode and release notes. So what I wanted to do was to move this first, and then here we're gonna have our HR and take out that one. So what was it called? That's it. And I'm not gonna create an issue just for that. How's the bill doing? Yay. So now I can grab this. And I can go here, host, extensions. And now I needed to wait for it because Azure Pipelines was not configured before that. But in the future pull requests, by the time someone goes and review, it's very quick to review. Just download the drop, install it. I'm gonna push that, release notes change. Bah, I'm not even gonna tag it or whatever here. So it's still gonna fire up a build and everything, so we'll come back to it. Oh, I merged it, that's true. Maybe I shouldn't, but anyway, it's done. So back to our site. If I now go back here and click on the banner, now the redirect works. Perfect. So that pull request is good. Let's merge it. Great. So next one is this. So that should make these images responsive, and we have this to correct because the solution, well, the project file was edited here. He sees it right in the local version. That user, Jesus, is not super familiar with GitHub, and he wasn't sure how to resolve the merge conflict. So basically we have to resolve this, and we have to delete this, and we have another merge conflict here. So command line, let's try this. Yeah, I can copy paste here. So let's try git checkout branch gsp soft master. Oh, and he did it on his master branch. Okay, I usually don't like that too much. Usually it's better to have a branch for your stuff. And why you should always do that on a branch is for this reason, because now his master is dirty, so we cannot work on another pull request until that gets merged and he's even with the rest of the project. So if it was on a different branch, he could just update this stuff. Okay, so now in theory, if I come back here, Reload all. I should have. The project file could not be loaded. So let's go into the conflicts, and sure enough, we have the project file here. And let's go. Uh, uh, let's compare them. So if you click on merge, you're gonna have a comparison of both files. So basically, on the left is ours, and on the right is the one from the submitter. So I want to keep this as it was. Now the output path, what? Oh, really? Well, that's odd, but that's correct. Why is it showing on the right? That should be up to date. That's the correct part. Why is it showing on the right? Oh, yeah, that's correct. Because this is his old master, not our old master. Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure. But anyway, that part is correct. That part is correct. That part is correct. Now this is where we have a problem. So the hint path, the correct one, is the one that goes into source and target. Okay, that's what's coming in. So that means I'm gonna accept that one. Now the correct one is the one that gets it from packages and sets it at private. This and this and this and this. It's good. So the stuff that shows in green usually is fine because that's stuff that did not have the merge conflict. Okay, so accept merge. Now this here is the install, so we're gonna delete this, and that fixed merge conflicts. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and try what we did with the other one. And if it doesn't work, we'll push it to our and replace this one. So let's I have write access. I could just merge it with those updates, but I want to try this. So git push https github.com/jsp soft dnn vendors.git and the name of our local branch, so js space soft dash master Yeah, let's try it. And it doesn't work. So let's try the same thing, but let's take out that git. Nope. And what if I do... Yeah, no, that doesn't... Switch branches to the compare branch of the pull request where the original change made. Navigate the original pull request, you'll see the compare branch at the top of the pull request. In this example, the compare branch is test branch. In our example, JSP soft master. Oh, JSP soft master. Okay. Git checkout test branch. So that's what we did there. After you commit your changes to the head branch of the pull request, you can push your changes to the original pull request directly. In this example, the head branch is test branch. Git push origin test branch. Now, in our case, it's not origin. It's going to be... Alright, so JSP soft master. And the example here, it's after this, so it would be master. I'm really not sure. Let's see what it gives. No. And what if we do JSP soft master? No. Yeah, so that doesn't work. What if I do... If I do this? That may work. What if I refresh this? Nope. So I think what I did now is that I push this here. Now, what if I do that? I don't know where the conflict is. Now, the designer file here scares me a little. Let's see. Oh, yeah. That got changed to the language of these things. Auto-generated things got changed. Not a big deal. Nobody really reads that thing, but yeah. Okay, so that controls that got added. And yeah. So this got a comment. This got added. That looks fine. That's just some white space. Yeah, usually you try to avoid having all those little changes here and there. I'm gonna go. Yeah, I can't. Okay, when the pull request is actually there, you can change how you view the diff. So I'm gonna do. Well. Yeah, I don't have the pull request number. I'm gonna open this on a new tab. Pull request was 14. And it closed issue 14? No, pull request 15. Which closes issue 14. Let's try this. So we still have conflicts on banner controller, but we can fix it online. That's cool. So now if I go here, what we want to keep. So that part, wait, where does it start? This is the original, and this part is, and that's actually a comment. So that kind of includes the other stuff, so I can just go ahead and delete this and mark as resolved. So that's building. I'm gonna close that, and I'm gonna clone that one. So that's a branch. So I'm gonna go git checkout master, git status, you're clean, and git check git branch, no, git checkout branch. Why remember when you can just see? So git checkout branch js space soft.master origin slash jsp soft master. But it's not origin though. Maybe master. Upstream. Does that work? What a mess. Yeah, let's just wait on that build then. Oh, and the build fails. Okay, let's go see what happens. And region directive expected. Aha. Yeah. So I messed it up now. Because I deleted that thing here, and region. I should have deleted just the comment. But the good news is I can just add it back. So on line 47, of the banner controller line 47. Okay, let's just do this. On the line 47, yeah. Can I go edit file? What? before line 45. So let's do it here. There we go. Okay, now let's go back to this. And that should fire up another build. There we go. So while that builds, let's take a look at the other issues. So right now, I'm gonna skip the enhancements and just go here. Pardon? Wait. I'll be here back in about 30 seconds. Well, that's not very clear, but it dates from 2016, so I'm gonna close a few things here. How's our build doing? Still not finished. Back to issues. So error on redirect. So this is a duplicate of, is it? Hold on a second. So that's part of the, okay. Okay, so that actually built. So let's go grab one of those two builds. I don't know why there's two. Anyway, let's grab this. So the code review, from what I saw, it looked fine. Nothing scary in that code. Now let's see how it acts. It doesn't act very good. We still have something that's not right. What's the complaint here? Banner click-through. Yeah, the manifest is wrong here. What? Yeah. Okay. We still have something wrong with the manifest though. Uh, what? Files changed. Yeah, so that part needs to go away. 1982205. So anyway, it builds, and when this builds, I'm gonna grab that and put it into the website here and give it a test. So that's gonna be on the part 5. I'm gonna end this here. I'll be back probably in a few minutes to finish this. So see you soon.